Hello, 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 YouTube. It's me, John Avenger. Once again, I'm back. I took a little bit of a break because my Amanda Pete month was kind of a bust. Nobody cared about it, so I tried my best, but I did the best I could with the reviews. But now I'm going to stray far away from her movies, and I'm going to review some random films before February. This is a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. I bet you millennials know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is. And if you don't, he was one of the biggest action stars of the 80s, the 90s, and even the early 2000s. And he did come back with the Expendables back in 2010, so that was cool. This is one of his mid 90s movies he did. I have not reviewed on my channel yet. Eraser. This is his 1996 movie with him and Vanessa Williams. Yes, beautiful Vanessa Williams. He will erase your past to protect your future. So it kind of sounds like Terminator, but this is completely different. Here is the back. It says Arnold's back and better than ever. David Sheehan from CBS TV. You know the movies. You know the man. The Terminator, Total Recall, Terminator 2, Judgment Day, True Lies. Now add another spectacular, effects-filled Arnold Schwarzenegger action smash to the list. The dynamic superstar plays John Kruger, just like John Matrix in Commando. It's another John. A U.S. Marshal who erases the lives and identities of people entering the Witness Protection Program. Kruger must protect an executive, that's Vanessa Williams' character, who's undercover to deal to put a new super weapon in the wrong hands. It's a do or die assignment, so Kruger makes sure he does in a non-stop action spree that includes plunging from an airplane after his parachute, turning ravenous alligators into an instant luggage. That I'll get to that. Outbraining ultra tech security and outbrawling killers with hypervelocity weapons. For power packed excitement, Eraser is unstoppable. This is a good movie. This is a really good movie with Arnold. I enjoyed it. I haven't seen it for years, but I gotta watch it again. I enjoyed this. Sue me, I enjoyed this more than Demolition Man. It's not a cartoon. It's way more violent. It's way more serious, and it's almost the same running time. But I'll get to that. Arnold's great in this movie. He's being directed by this feels like a James Cameron movie, but it's not James Cameron's movie because he was doing Titanic, so he was too busy. And but it's directed by another really good director that Hollywood should really use more often, Chuck Russell, aka Charles Russell, the man that he did Elm Street 3, he did The Mask, he did the remake of The Blob, and he also worked The Rock and The Scorpion King. See, he's done a lot of really good movies. He's also done a movie I think called Hell Night or something like that, but he's really done a lot of good work. This guy knows how to direct. He knows how to direct action, horror, and a bunch of other stuff. And he knows how to direct actors too. That's something we don't get nowadays, where directors are being fired, they're being replaced by people that don't fit, or they have female directors, so they have to put agendas in it. But here, no. It's got a man and a woman, and it's directed by a man that knows what he's doing. So that at least is in good hands. The story is really intricate for an Arnold movie. It's not just dumb one liner after dumb one liner. It has one liners in it, but it's also pretty smart, and it's not a Terminator knockoff. So I appreciate that. It also has other actors. You have James Coburn. I believe he's the villain in the movie. He's not really that memorable. It's just, but he does the best he could. He passed away. May he rest in peace. And Robert Pastorelli. You may if you've seen the movie A Simple Wish, he's the opera singer in that. I miss him. He's also another actor that's no longer with us. He was Italian. He was a really good actor. I miss him. I think it was accidental suicide or overdose, something like that. He had problems, but the man could, when he was on screen, he could act, and I miss him like crazy. He's not on the box. It's just the pictures from the box of him and Vanessa Williams and him going T100 on T800 on their asses in that movie. Yeah, the film has a lot of high notes. It's well directed. The action scenes are very very plentiful. It's very fast paced. It doesn't take an hour for something to happen. The acting is fine. It's not like like Oscar worthy, but it's serviceable. The film got an Academy Award nomination for sound editing, so that was nice of them to do that. An Arnold movie getting a nomination for an Oscar, that hardly ever happens now. Oh no, I think James Caan is the villain. Yeah, James Caan. It says his name in the back. I forgot him. I skipped him. One of the best actors that won an Academy Award. So I'm terribly sorry. But there are some negatives in the movie. I think the film is a little bit too long. It's not 2 hours, but because it's an Arnold movie, they feel like every single one of his movies needs to be almost 2 hours. This one's 115 minutes, an hour and 55. It does drag a little bit in the middle. Like in the middle of the movie, when there's no action, there's a lot of talking, and it slows the film down, and there's scenes where Arnold's not in it, so it takes me out of it a little bit. And also, I think the CG is a little bit dated on the alligators. I mean, that's the best they could do for 1996. They didn't have state of the art CG like now, but it's passable, but it's not the best looking. But there's also some practical effects that work well in its favor. So we have that. But anyway, those are my only complaints. I think the rest of the movie is fine. Arnold is good in the movie. Vanessa Williams is a singer, and she also is a good actress. I like her as an actress too. I miss Robert Pastorelli. I miss James Coburn. And James Caan, the guy can act as well. See, it's got a really good cast. There are no freaking Brits in here where they distract you and they have a horrible accent and they cast the same actors to play it, like Ben Mendelsohn, who's not a Brit, but he does the same villain in everything he's in. Ready Player One, Rogue One, freaking the no, not Tomb Raider, uh that other movie he did, King Arthur, or I mean not King Arthur, Robin Hood. He plays a villain all the time. You're not Gary Oldman, dude. James Caan can play a villain, and he can also play someone sympathetic. Like he was hard in Elf, but he's likable though. You still care for him at the end of that movie. But see, Khan actually grabs my attention because he won that Oscar. He's worthy of being a villain. But, you know, Arnold, let's face it, he's irreplaceable now. Nowadays, you have a bunch of pretty boys from the UK or from like Australia or New Zealand or whatever that can't act worth a shit, and they don't sell the movie. Arnold sold a lot of his films. This was a success. It made over $200 million domestic worldwide on a budget of like $100 million, which was big at the time for Arnold after Terminator 2 and The Last Action Hero. And I think it's one of his last great movies of the 90s. I like True Lies. It's way too freaking long. It's a good movie. James Cameron did a good job. For a remake of a French movie, it's good. I love Terminator 2 to pieces, but I don't like that Arnold dies. It upsets me. I like Total Recall. I think is a good movie. The remake doesn't exist to me. I don't want to see Junior. That movie is garbage. Arnold as a scientist, a man being pregnant, that's stupid. So yeah, this is probably one of his last good films of the 90s. I haven't seen End of Days because I'm not interested in the subject matter. It's not for me. I told you guys that many years ago. But he's always good in the movies that he does, even when the movie sucks. But here, this is one of his finest hours. And, no matter what happens with Terminator 6, we have this. This is the unofficial Terminator 3, before Terminator 3. But it's not really about machines. It's, super weapons that, fall into the wrong hands. But, you know, it's basically the sequel that we didn't get for most of his movies, like Commando or True Lies or Total Recall. We never got any official sequels to those, or this. But I would love to have seen Eraser 2 because these two actors are still alive. I know Arnold's too old now to do the role, but it was good. This is a good movie from the 1990s. And if you're a millennial and you have never seen this, if you're an adult, you can see it's an R rating. So remember, this is not for kids. It's not PG-13 tripe we get now where they're shaking the camera, the editing's horrible, the sound mix is bad. You got actors that can't act. You got people that can't fight either. Arnold, you buy him going, yeah, you buy him. There's a reason his movies are in every single retail store that you can find, whether it's Best Buy, Target, or Walmart, or Kmart, or whatever. Even at thrift shops, his movies are almost everywhere. Liam Hemsworth, I'm sorry. I'm glad he got married last year, but he's not a good actor. Arnold, yeah, he tries, even in everything he does, and this is one of his finest 90s films. And I definitely disagree with the critics. This is not a 30-something% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's good. This is not garbage. This is not the same rating of Glass or one of the DCU movies, early DCU movies. It's better than that. I think so. This is this is a good movie. I don't listen to the critics because they always want to crap on good Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. But anyway, this movie it delivers. If you've never seen this, watch it. I need to watch it again. It's been way too long. It's been a long time since I've seen this, and it delivers. It's aged very well. It looks great, and it has some shoddy CG with the alligators, but other than that, good stunt work, good action, good movie, good good experience. That's all I can say. But anyway, leave your comments down if you've seen this movie. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. Just I want some interaction, people. I've been on YouTube for almost 6 years now, and I would like some kind of response because I don't want to talk to dead air. That's not what I'm here for. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next review.